So this is an Adria Alpina 613 UL Colorado, as you can see on the side of the van. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch up procedure and the plugging into the car, etc., is something I'll go through in a separate video. We have a generic video for each of the vans for this, whether it be Windhoff or Elco. On this particular van it is an Elco system with ATC also fitted on this van. In the front locker, you'll notice at the moment we've got a gas bottle connected up, so I can demonstrate to you all the gas systems working on board. Gas pipe work coming down from the regulator, gas shut-off valve for the regulator itself, and then you've got your normal gas tap on top of the bottle. As you can see, that is fully open, as you'd expect to see. Down on the floor just here in the front locker, you'll actually notice this long bar here. That is actually your leg winder. On an Adria, they go through at quite an angle, just through them little holes just there. So the longer bar is what you'll need to put the legs down on this particular van. Just for the purpose of handover, we've only put one down this back of the van. Battery box on the side here. You've got your battery terminal connections in the box just there, and the battery tie down. You've got your mains power lead coming into the caravan, as you can see, and the red power key behind, but I'll come back to that at the end of the video to demonstrate how the mover works. The wheel nuts will be torqued before the caravan's delivered to you. However, we do recommend you check these before each time you travel, just so you know they are tightened correctly. Got the Adria heating flue, so that's your gas flue essentially on the side of the van for the heating and hot water systems. Coming further down the side of the van, underneath this little cover just here, you've got a direct water feed into the caravan, so you'd need to buy the appropriate fittings for that. They are a bit like a hose lock fitting, for instance. So you push them in and lock them on the side of the van. Down the side here, you've got the cap so you can fill the water system manually. If you're not using a direct water feed, you take this cap off. And with the van, you'll notice there's a pump system that you'll plug into here to put into your rack roll. And you'll put the other pipe into here, and that will fill the water system off the 12-volt battery on board the van. That water you'd fill until it is coming back out of the spout, and that will be at 100% full at that point. Just down the back here, you've got your toilet locker, the toilet cassette itself, pressure relief on the back as you'd expect to see with the toilet system, or toilet tank. You've got the neck here that turns out to empty your waste away. The cap here is a measure for the blue fluid, so you put one cap full of the blue fluid in and a litre of water. And at the bottom, you've got a handle for pulling the cassette along. That just locks away back in there, and the door comes up. You've got your wind down leg on either side of the back. Like I said, I've only got the one down for purpose of handover. Just it's going to be myself just walking around on the inside of the van. Coming down this side, you've got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear. You've got your TV points on the side of the van with a USB socket in there, etc. So you can plug a 12-volt telly in, or you can run it on USB ports, and you've got your satellite and aerial connections in there as well. Behind the door, you've got your fridge vents for the fridge on board the van. So essentially what that is a vent for the heat that comes out of the fridge, and also the gas flue for the fridge as well. Again, the wheels, which we've already been through. Underneath the door, you have got a pull-out step, as you can see. You've got a storage locker that lets you access the storage underneath the front seating area. And then you've got a barbecue gas point just here at the front as well. As you can see, you need to get the appropriate fittings going to the bottom there, push into place, so you can have gas supplied to a barbecue, for instance. On the plate just here, you'll actually see at the bottom of that plate, wheel nut torque. If it's a steel wheel, which it's not on this van, it's an alloy wheel, so it'll be 120 Newton meters to torque the wheel nuts to, and do buy yourselves a good torque wrench for doing that. Coming inside of the caravan, I'm going to go through the operation. As you can see on the outside, we've got power connected and we've got a water system full, so I can demonstrate all the water working. To turn the power on this particular van, you press the central button in, so as you can see the power's come on now. You can see I've got water pump here and mains power coming in. You've got your options for your lights coming down this side, the different areas of the van, and your awning lights, and then you've got your memory lights on this particular switches just here. And you can turn them all off in one go, or all on the switch just there. So turn the rest back on. Got your heating control panel to the right of that, which I'll come to in a moment and demonstrate that. That's your heating and hot water. But as you can see, all the lighting on board the van working as it should. Oh, you can't see that one. As you can see, all the lighting around the van working as it should on board. Then same in the bathroom. I'm going to try and keep my mug out the video. I'm sure you probably won't want to see that. Light underneath the sink there, and your lighting around the edges of the van and in the shower room also. So what we're going to first do is, once you come on board the van and you've connected all your power and water system up, or filled the water system, you're going to come underneath the seat just down here, and you're going to make sure the yellow drain down valve, which is just down here, I can't show you very well because of the light in the van, but just down there somewhere, just about to see it there in the bottom of the view. The yellow drain down valve will actually need to be parallel with the floor before you can fill the water system up. So to fill the water system, or to get the water through the hot water tank, sorry, you'll need to come to each tap on board the van, and you will notice it's already full. You'll open all the taps up on the hot side completely, as you can see, open on the hot side there. That'll be the same on every tap before you turn the pump on. And then you can come to the control panel again above the door. And what you can do is, you can spin the dial around just here, to this side. And you'll notice the light disappears just here. When I turn it back on, the pump comes on. The water system's obviously full at the moment, so it's not going to try and draw water through the system, but if it was empty, the hot water tank, you'd actually hear it gurgling and filling up the system. But like I said, you'll need all the taps open to make sure the system fills completely. Once you've got water through to every tap, as we have at the moment, you can start warming the water on the control panel above the door. So just here, you've got power on for the control panel here, and power off. You've got your menu, so you've got your internal temperature of the caravan on the top here, and you just go up, all the way up to 30 degrees this goes to, or down to control the temperature. Below that you've got the water heating, so the water heater's off when this minus sign is grey. You've got water on and water boost. I'm going to leave that on for a moment just so you can see it's all working. Below that you've got your power that's coming into the heating and hot water system, so you can run it on 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt depending on what site you're on. At the bottom here you can see the heating and hot water is currently ignited on gas as well. You can turn the gas supply on and off by just hitting the button in the bottom corner. When it is blue, that is the hot water on, hot water and heating turned off on gas. Up here you've got some accessory options, which we do advise you read the manual for, and the settings here at the bottom for the control panel itself. If you turn the dial to the left up here, you'll actually see the battery voltage for the onboard battery, which as you can see at the moment is 13.5 volts. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try and show you the hob igniting. I know it's working because I've already had it ignited. I hope you can see it all right in the video, just so you can see it's all working as it should. There's your far right ring lit, central ring lit, and the ring on the left hand side lit again, so you can see they're all working. As you can see, when I turn the gas flow down, they all work as they should. And you turn them off by spinning them back round to the off position. In the grill area, I'm just going to again try and demonstrate this to you best I can. It's going to be a little bit hard to show you, so I'm just going to put the camera down for a second. As you can see, hob lit again as you'd expect it to. I haven't lit on the other side, give me a second. There we go. Fully lit all the way down on the grill. The oven, again, ignited as you'd expect to see. Going down into the bathroom, the multimedia system. In the manual it'll actually tell you how to connect this to your phone, but you've got the power, the control here for the control here for the volume. Underneath you'll notice you've got a few options there, and it is currently turned on Bluetooth, just not connected to my phone. You can connect it via USB-C, etc. on there as well, if you wish to. The fridge, which we'll come to next. Again, very simple to use. You've got power on just here, so you'll press and hold the power to get it to come on. You select your option for power source here. So you've got mains power at the moment, and we're on 4 bar, sorry, cooling the fridge down. Press and hold the grey button. You'll notice it starts flashing the power symbol. So you can go across to your 12 volt battery, which will set a 12 volt power supply from the car, which you can set by pressing the grey button. And you can set the gas option by going across again to the gas. Once you press for the next option, you can use the arrows again then when the temperature starts flashing on the right hand side to set the temperature of the fridge. So for instance, if you're on it in max, set that, press the grey button, and that is the fridge working on gas. I've got more lighting controls as you walk through the caravan, as you can see, all the way down, and again the lights on in the back of the van. We go to the toilet system next. So the flush tank on this particular van works off the water system on board the van. So you press the blue button, just here, as you can see, working as you'd expect. For the waste to go down, you do need to make sure the grey waste flap underneath the seat is pushed across. The toilet does turn for your convenience. Probably won't need to in this particular van, but you can turn it for your convenience. However, when you are removing the waste cassette from underneath the caravan, you do need to make sure it's pointing straight across the van. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you how to drain down the water system. And what you do is you come over to the control panel again by the door. You'd actually turn off the heating hot water control panel if you're done on site. So that is turned off, as you can see. You'd spin the dial round again to the pump side here. Press the button so the pump turns off, so you've got no pump symbol lit up. You can then come underneath the bed again at the rear of the van. And then you come to the drain. Lift the drain up there, and you'd also take the cap off just here, drain down the onboard water tank, and then inside you'll see just there that white handle. You put your hand down inside, pull the plunger out, and that will completely drain down your water system. Actually, just going to leave that in the bottom of there so you know where it is when you receive the caravan, so that will just be laying in the bottom of the tank there. And I'd also advise, before you leave the van, if you go to the taps, open them up in the central position between the red and the blue for the hot and the cold. Same on all the taps in the van. So you'd open that one up the same there. And you do the same on the sink. And that would be your water system completely drained down. That would just allow any water that's left in the pipe work to go back down through the pipes on the van. So if it does freeze for any reason, it won't crack the pipe work and the tanks on board the caravan. If you have any further questions on the Adria Alpina, please do give me a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy the van. So, to engage the motor mover, you're going to get your bar with the 19mm socket on the end. You're going to take it over to the motor mover. You're going to put it on. Sorry, ignore me, that'll be the 21, sorry, we need on the socket on there. 19, sorry. You're going to push it over. And you're going to lock it into place on the wheel. So that'll do both motor movers at the same time. As you'll see, the mover is now against the wheel. Once you get to that point, you can go round to the other side of the van. You can release the handbrake as you go past. You can come into the locker down the side here and find the red key. It's just in the bottom of the locker. Put it into place and turn the power on. So the key's in that position. You can come round to the other side of the van. With the motor mover control, you press the 2 green buttons and the control will come on, as you can see here. And at that point, in theory, when you press forwards, the van will move forwards, move it backwards, and you can turn it side to side. So as I said, you can turn it side to side by pressing the arrows, as you can see. And that'll turn the van. Haven't got massive amounts of room here to do it. And then the backwards as well. And the same the opposite way. As you can see, if you want to turn on the spot, you can press the button here and here at the same time, or here and here, and it will turn the van on the spot. So you press the 2, and that saves the van moving from backwards and forwards at the same time. You can just literally spin through 360 degrees. To disengage the mover, you turn the control off first, which as you can see is turned off. You go around to the other side of the van, and turn the power back off on the locker and remove the key. You'd pull the handbrake back on, and then you'd come back round to the motor move bar again on this side. Which to do, I'm just going to have to use 2 hands, so give me a second there. Which, as you can could hear in the video, is now disengaged from the wheel.